All right. So, like I said, I went downtown in Muscatine and chatted with a couple people, with Scott and Jenny from MCSA and a board member that serves on both MCSA and the church that is helping with this project that's going on downtown in Muscatine. And I just got excited about it. And I hope that after watching the interview and hearing more about this project that you'll get excited about it as well. So join us on our little field trip downtown, and we'll be right back after this interview. So I hope you enjoy it.
If you want to hug, I mean, that's a little awkward.
Hello, everyone. I am excited to be on this little field trip downtown Muscatine for the show today. It's exciting for several different reasons. First of all, I'm not behind a table at Hy-Vee, and second of all, because this project is so cool for Muscatine, and I'm excited to learn more about it and in turn teach you guys more about it. So I am here with a group of people who, as you can see, we're on 6th Street in downtown, and we're standing in front of a big house. And you're probably wondering, well, why? Why are they downtown Muscatine in front of a big house? What's going on? So we're going to tell you. But first of all, I'll let these fine folks introduce themselves and kind of what piece of the puzzle they fit into as far as this project goes. And then we'll kind of dig into the nuts and bolts of the project.
My name's Jenny. I've been on the show with Ashley a few times before. I'm the Resource Development Officer at MCSA, and I'm working on marketing and funding the grant funding for our housing initiatives.
I'm Scott Dahlke. I've been on the show with Ashley before. I'm the Executive Director of MCSA. I'm trying to spearhead a larger neighborhood revitalization effort to make some really cool, interesting, branded neighborhoods in Muscatine. Jenny, she's putting together volunteers and marketing and writing grants to help fundraise for a lot of these projects. I'm just the guy who kind of tries to figure out where to go next. And then this is Paula.
Hi, I'm Paula, and I sit on the board of MCSA, led by Scott. And I also am a member of First Presbyterian Church, and we have partnered with MCSA. The church and MCSA have formed this great partnership to do work on this first house as part of the Revitalization Muscatine effort.
Very cool. So we kind of like touched on this in a show that I think, Jenny, you were on with me when we were just kind of giving a broad overview several months ago, actually now, when we first started talking about this project. So you guys may not have even watched that show, but this is going to really dig into a little deeper about the project and what really we're trying to do here. Well, not we, because I'm not here working, and you don't want me to, because I generally injure myself
We can
or
have
someone
you
else.
something. Maybe just sweeping up some old tile.
I can maybe sweep, but generally I call my husband and say like, oh, how do I run this tool? And then he runs home quickly, and that's how I get him to do projects around the house, because he's very nervous when I say that I'm going to get any tool out. So, but you have a ton of great volunteers, and this project, let's talk about it. So what is the big initiative? Why are we at this house? Why did we purchase this house? And what's the deal? What are we going to do with this house when it's done?
We've titled this initiative Revitalize Muscatine because we're working to carry out neighborhood revitalization. So we want to target some the specific houses, some properties, and update them and turn them into workforce housing. And so that's what this house will be. And we've had a lot of great volunteers. Like Paula said, we teamed up with First Presbyterian Church, and they helped with the initial demo of this house. And so they were in here like getting their hands dirty, ripping out bathroom fixtures and ripping out the kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So in the last couple months, we've really gotten moving, working on this house and getting our eyes set on other properties as well.
Yeah, I think if you think about Muscatine as a whole and what it needs, we are a great community. We are an amazing community. People want to live here. There's just no place to live. on all income levels, for the wealthy, the middle class, and even the lower socioeconomic group. There's no place to live. Our own City of Muscatine's website will tell you that we're 990 units short to be able to house our own folks. So that's families with kids that are couch hopping from place to place that don't have a place to live. And how do you end homelessness? You give people homes. It's not rocket science, right? So we know that the need is there. We know we have to address the need if we intend to end homelessness in Muscatine. So then you look at our community where we have very few vacant plots. So we have to do some infill. We have to look at our current infrastructure, look what we can do to freshen up some buildings that haven't been on the market for a while. And I think that's why this one first piqued our interest, because it was very close to Han Factory, so and H&I headquarters, so there's obviously jobs available. It's close to Hy-Vee Main Street, so grocery stores right here. Quick hop to the downtown area, so if people want to go out to the restaurants or whatnot, it's right there. And you have a great park at the riverfront. I mean, all the stars are right there. Not to mention, it's only a few blocks from the services that MCSA offers. So Paula, from the board perspective, could tell you that there was a lot of conversation on the board level, a lot of data that was provided. We did a number of different neighborhood plans on different neighborhoods throughout Muscatine, and our board finally landed on this is the neighborhood we want to concentrate on because of all those positive things. And I can let Paula speak at it from the board level and why First Pres decided.
Well, from a board perspective, we want to work to provide workforce housing, like Jenny said. We have so many people that work here that can't find a financially feasible place to live. And sure, we provide shelter for homeless at MCSA, and we provide homeless prevention services, but what we really want is to put those two programs out of business and have everybody housed in homes as renters or homeowners. And I have the advantage of being a member at First Presbyterian, which is catty corner from MCSA and 3 blocks from this property. And it just is a natural fit to want to be concerned about the people in your own neighborhood. And the church has made the commitment to stay in the downtown area and do what we can, offer programming to kids in the neighborhood and families in the neighborhood, and now we can actually help in a bigger, more serious way.
So there's interesting data. If you pay attention to the data, you know that there's 10,000 people that come into Muscatine to work and then take their money and go back home to Bettendorf, Davenport, Iowa City. 10,000 people commuting out every day. So this is just one additional stab at addressing that. And so with this project, there's a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes initiatives happening. One of them is actually happening just to the right of us. We want to talk to the neighbors. We want to find out what the neighbors need. So while the First Presbyterian volunteers are going to be in this house working, we're also going to send stewards out to help mow people's yards, help build relationships, maybe to offer them a free movie pass to Fridley. What can we do to build those relationships? And then we'll have a block party. We'll celebrate the completion of 6th Street, have a block party, invite every neighbor here, and then we'll get the co-op that we've formed. We've worked together with Rebuilding Together, Frank Iliff, and Habitat for Humanity, Don Lampy, and we're forming a co-op of nonprofit housing developers. And at that block party, those developers will be there and will help sign up people. So those homeowner rehabs will be able to sign them up, and MCSA will help fundraise and develop some accountability and some funding streams for those other entities, so that we can complete this at a large scale. I stutter way too much.
It's just exciting. You have so much to say, and you're getting me excited about it. I am excited.
Okay, give me the mic.
Okay, she's going to get me excited.
When you think, I've been in social services for, 25 years. I've worked with kids, I've worked with intellectually disabled, I've worked with mental health, and finally low-income individuals. And everything we do revolves around housing. If you're intellectually disabled and you need a place to live, nothing grows without the foundation of housing. You can't work on your mental health if you don't know where you're keeping warm. You can't take care of your kids if you don't know where their next bedroom's going to be. So it's so important, and we need First Presbyterian needs the entire community to be involved, because this won't happen in a silo. It's not going to be MCSA's name on it in the end. It's just going to be a beautifully branded, beautiful neighborhood that we can call home and be proud of. You know, you go around the country and there's all these different neighborhoods. You go to New York City, I'm from New York, and you got Soho, you got Greenwich Village, you know, you have all of these different branded neighborhoods. In Muscatine, how many neighborhoods do we have? We have a lot of neighborhoods, but do any of them have an identity? Yeah. We have the West Hill, you know, and then there's some other ones that kind of have a negative connotation to that. They don't need to. This is a great town that people honestly want to live. So let's give it some identity. Let's give it some names. And I'm glad to see you get excited. And I want you to share that excitement with other people and have them call First Presbyterian to volunteer to volunteer.
Yeah, to volunteer.
To volunteer.
Yeah. Okay, so this is house number 1, right? But the deal is that, I mean, you want this project to continue all down 6th Street or in this neighborhood. So how long are you expecting that these projects will take? I mean, obviously each house might be a little bit different, but do you have a timeline of how long you think, you know, this might take? I mean, I'm sure you've kind of figured that out.
This is why I don't come on these shows, because I talk too much. We're hoping to get it done in 5 years.
Okay.
With the different members of the co-op. We're looking at what our capacity is at current state and what we could get it to, and we think we could right now, if we resolve some of the issues that we're having, we could produce 12 houses or 12 projects a year. And so you look at that, the neighborhood we're looking at, it's a 12 to 15 block radius, and there's about 200 properties. It's really 198, but yeah, there's a plus or minus standard deviation of 3-4%. But not all those houses need to be repaired. Some of them, we're looking at houses that are just beautiful right across from us. And like you kind of just pointed out, right to the right of us, it's just happening organically. We're talking to the neighbors. Yep. What can we do? You know, is there some way we can assist you to improve your place? And this is what Muscatine does. We take care of our own. You know, it's just really cool to be part of it right now. And in the end, you won't see my face. You'll see Paula's much more than myself. Anything you want to add about the church? Or?
Well, I'd just like to add that none of this happens without money. And I'm happy to say that our church has offered a matching grant scenario for funding this property. The board was presented with, the MCSA board was presented with an estimate of $60,000 to do this rehab. And my church board is offering a matching grant, a 2-for-1 grant of up to $30,000. And if everybody steps up in the community, if we can get other churches, other faith communities, even individuals, service organizations, to pony up what they can and get involved and have a little piece of this excitement, then First Presbyterian will match every dollar up to $30,000.
Awesome. So, first question, I have a couple questions, but first question, so how do people get involved? How do people, whether it be churches or if an individual wants to make a donation, is that made through you guys at MCSA, and you actually just, like anything else, kind of say, I want this to specifically go to this project, or is there a different way for this project to?
Yeah, for this house specifically, First Presbyterian is kind of quarterbacking the volunteer portion of that part too, but you can reach out to First Presbyterian or MCSA and we can get you connected to where you need to be. And there's information on our website as well. We're calling it the housing campaign. So if you go to our website and go to the housing campaign tab, you can find methods of donation if that's what you're looking for, volunteer opportunities. You can also follow along on our Facebook page or our social media and interact with our posts that way and share to get the word out. But there's multiple different ways to be involved, whether that's volunteering or monetarily too.
Gotcha. Okay, so when this house is done, then what happens? Like, what happens with this house?
We do more houses, but
who's going to live here?
Sure. So the goal for this one is for it to be a single-family home. As you can see, it's a pretty big house, and so I think with the renovation plans, it'll be a 4 or 5 bedroom house as a rental. And those big of rentals are kind of hard to come by in Muscatine. There aren't that many housing options for bigger families that need an affordable place to live. Yeah. So this house will be a rental for a larger family. And then we're also, we purchased a building on 5th Street, which is a 5-plex for apartments. And then I guess we're open to whatever affordable options there are that can house. There's different sizes of families, individuals that need housing, elderly folks that need housing. There's a bunch of different subpopulations that need housing that fits their needs.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So this is exciting because, I mean, you come, and obviously I don't live in this neighborhood, but I come and I shop here. I go across the street and shop all the time, and it'll be cool to see just the properties, the value increase, the people who work here, like you said, to stay here and live here, and to not have that, I guess, issue of people not being able, like a person who is capable of having a home, you know, who has made the strides to be able to afford that, and then to not be able to find a home in their area, or especially, I love what you said, you know, like homes in this area. Okay, well, maybe they don't have a mode of transportation, but here is the perfect spot because you have all of those things, right?
It's walkable, and you know, it's a great workforce environment. We're excited for this project. This will be our first project very focused on families. Families are hard on rental buildings, you know, single mothers, or even, you know, both parents together. When you have that many kids, you know, they need a 4-bedroom house, they're leaving stuff in the yard, there's crayons on the wall. You know, I know my wife gets pretty mad when my kids, you know, draw on the wall, and then dad's over there trying with the magic eraser to get it off. But landlords don't like that stuff. So when we're designing this building, when Paula's team is designing this building, they're trying to keep all that stuff in mind and make sure that they use high quality, durable products, so that stuff will take the wear of the children, because that's what we're looking for. And it's, imagine having that many kids and not being able to find a place to live.
Yes.
You know, and then you think in the larger scale of our school system and our overall school grades, and it's a matter of fact that kids who move frequently are 90% more likely to have failing grades, 80% more likely to have truancy issue, and 7% more likely to have truancy issues. Would I say that twice? Behavioral issues. So by being able to stabilize some of these families, we can improve those outcomes at the school level as well. And the more those school level outcomes improve, the more our community improves altogether. So again, you know, there's all these little subsets, little things that we can do here or there for intellectual disabilities, for mental health, for diabetes, and I'm passionate about all of that because I care about people, right? I love people, and I'm incredibly naive. I think they're all just amazing. But nothing can be built, again, without a stable foundation. If you don't know how you're keeping yourself warm, if you don't know how you're feeding yourself, we can't work on the mental health. We can't work on all the other services that need to go into improving your lifestyle unless you can eat and sleep safely.
Yeah, and you know, when I've looked at projects like this happening in other towns, you always see, most of the time anyways, you see that as these revitalizations happen, crime rates and things also normally go down as well. They decrease because people are proud of the community that they live in, and they're proud of the properties that are there, and so that's something to look forward to as a whole community as well, is that decrease in crime rates and things like that too. So
another member of our board, Lieutenant Vince Motto, so if he's listening, well, he needs to listen. He'll be glad to know that we're looking at the crime-free neighborhood certification. That's a certification that the police department's looking at. And he said, maybe you guys should partner with us and get certified as well. I'm like, absolutely. And so we will hopefully be able to certify this neighborhood after we're done with it as a crime-free neighborhood. And you know, there's been a lot of studies on when workforce housing projects come into an area. Trulia has done a very nationally noticed research project that says when a low-income unit comes in, it actually improves the neighborhood's values overall. And then when you do a whole neighborhood revitalization, I mean, you're just increasing those values exponentially.
Yeah, this is awesome. I can't wait to go through the house and see what things are being done and the plans that you guys have. And you guys will get to go with us throughout the house. And so are we in like demo phase inside, or have some of the projects inside started happening as far as remodeling? Are we demo phase?
First Presbyterian did a really, really great job of handling that initial demo. So right now it's at that in-between phase where they're getting ready to start making like structural improvements and that more detailed kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's in that like transitional phase right now where you can see like the opportunity that it has to be a really great house.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to do that. And then you guys will have to invite us back when it's done so that we can show
We're here
people.
for the block party, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm always up for a party.
The deck is brand spanking new.
I know, I can smell the
So, we
wood
had talked about
and
the projects. Yeah,
yes.
Paula's team's been in there and chipping away at stuff, took all the cabinets down, so you get to really see the bare bones, and you get to see some of the scary parts too.
Yep.
One of the scary parts was this front deck.
Yeah.
It was slanted and falling in, so we quickly tore that down and built this just to make sure we kept the volunteers safe while they're coming in and out.
In and out, yeah. Nobody wants to get injured while they're volunteering at a house, but this is exciting. So
Spread the word.
yes, spread
Help
the
is
word.
needed.
If you have a handy bone in your body, unlike me, come and volunteer in that way. Or if you are able to make a monetary donation, no donations too big or too small, whether it be a church, like she said, you know, maybe your church group wants to get together and collect donations for this specific project, or maybe it's an individual donation, but those can all be made towards this project, and just keep it going. And then, I mean, cool, in 5 years we'll have this huge block party and celebrate. What an accomplishment.
Ashley, I'd like to offer one more thing.
Yeah.
If any organization would like to have anyone come speak to them about the project, about the plans of the for the cooperative between Rebuilding Together, Habitat, and MCSA, then give Jenny a call and she will arrange that. I believe Kiwanis just had Jenny speak this week, and all the churches have received letters and an offer for a speaker. So we are happy to work together to do that.
Yeah, I think really educating people on this project is the only thing you're going to have to do, because it's so inspiring and such, I mean, it makes total sense. And I hope that you just have all the success with this project. I'm excited to see it just take off. And
I'm hoping,
Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
hoping so. I think we've been talking and researching for years, and now I really need to get the message out. Now it's time to make some action happen.
Yeah.
So really, I'm putting some pressure on everybody. Either come with some donations of financials, some building materials, or some volunteers. Let's not wait. Especially skilled volunteers.
Yeah.
We are incredibly lacking skilled volunteers. Somebody who can come in with that electrical license. But now it's time to stop thinking, and now time to trust the leadership and make some actions happen.
yeah, very cool. Well, we're going to take you on a tour of the house and show you kind of what it looks like, bare bones here, from the beginning, so that we can come back here in a little while and show you the finished project as well. Thank you guys so much for being on the show and for sharing for sharing this project. It's so cool. So lots of exciting stuff. I hope that interview taught you a little bit about the project that's going on and maybe inspired you to volunteer, whether it be volunteering some of your time or maybe making a monetary donation towards the neighborhood revitalization. But either way, I know that this is going to be great for our community, and I'm excited about it. So I hope that you are too. I thank you so much for joining us today on the show, and again, thank you to all of our sponsors on the show as well. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday, and I am excited for Autumn to join us to talk a little bit about nutrition and some of her ideas for staying healthy this spring. So we will see you in the morning, but until then, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff where